Welcome to this fifth video on the series of shortcut keys on Microsoft Excel. As usual, I will share all the earlier videos on the description. This video we are going to learn the shortcut keys of navigating of worksheet. Okay, let us move on. So I have a file already opened where I can see two sheets are available. Let us go to the first sheet. Now if I want to go to the next row or next cell, I want to go to the next cell upwards or downwards or left hand side. Of course, we can use the arrow marks, correct? Arrow mark, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, it will move to the right hand side. Similarly, left arrow, it will move to the left hand side. And down arrow as well as the up arrow. And even you can use one more key which will move only on the right and left. That is, we can use the key called as tab. When you press the tab key, it goes to the next cell. Right hand side, shift tab, it will go to the previous cells. This is fine. But I want to move from one page to another page. Either you can move to the next page downwards or you can move to the next page on the right hand side also. For example, how it takes as the page is based on your column row size, based on your screen capacity, based on your screen size settings. In my system, you can see my row starts from 1, it goes to 28. That means my first page is having 28 rows. Similarly, on the right hand side, it starts from A and it goes till S. Till S, it's my first page. T will go to the next page. So I want to go to the next page on downwards. So you can use the key page down. When you use the page down, you can see it goes to 29. Now you can see the next page is ending at 56. If I press page down, it goes to 57. Similarly, it goes to the next page on downwards. And similarly, page up, it will go to the previous page on the topwards. And I want to go to the right hand side. As I told, my page is ending at the column number S. I want to go to the next column T. Hold the Alt key and press page down. Alt page down will go to the next page. Similarly, Alt page up, it will go to the previous page. Okay. Now my cursor is at A1. I want to go to the next filled cell in the same column. Next filled cell. You can use Control down arrow. And I want to move to the last filled cell on the same table. Last filled cell. Probably I can say next border of that same table. Control down arrow. Same control down arrow. You go to the last row of last filled cell on the same column. And I want to go to the last column on the right hand side. Downwards, control down arrow. Right, control right hand side. Similarly, control up will go to the very first cell. So control up, left, right, which very easily you can navigate between the borders of that particular table. Fine. Now I am in the particular row, some row. Now I want to go to the beginning of this row. Probably I am at the column number H. I want to go to the column A. Straight away I want to go to the column A. You may be at column Z or somewhere else also. You want to go to the very first column, beginning of that cell in this particular row. So you can use the key called as home. When I press home, it goes to the very first beginning of that particular row. And I want to go to the beginning of the sheet itself. Sheet A1. Of course, A1 is the very first cell. Correct? Control home, which will go to the beginning of the very first cell of the same sheet. And I want to go to the very last cell filled in this table, in the sheet, very last cell filled. Control end. It will go to the last filled cell. But assume I have some other cell filled here. Some cell is filled here. Some sample data I am typing it here. Now if I press Control home, of course it goes to the very first cell. Now if I press Control end, you can see it automatically comes to the last filled cell. Correct? Perfect. Now in this table or a particular column, I want to find a particular word. Of course, finding. The first letter of finding, Control F, find the word. Control F find has so many features available. You can see there is a button called as options. A small tip is in Excel, whenever you see two buttons, one in the name of option, another one in the name of special, kindly click it and explore it. You will be seeing so many advantages on this. Anyway, I have a separate video on this find and options. I will post it in the description in the later part. Now let us see the simple finding. I want to find the word. For example, I want to find a word called as corporate. C-O-R-P-O-R-A-T. I am typing corporate. Find next. It will find wherever the word corporate is available. If you click on find next. Find all, it will find all the text wherever this corporate is available. If you click on find all. But I am closing this. I want to find out the next occurrence of the same word. After closing, I want to find out the next occurrence of the same word. So no need for once again pressing Ctrl F and once again typing the same word. You can use the shortcut key Shift F5. Shift F5 another time. So it will find the next occurrences of the same word. Shift F4. Sorry, Shift F4. Shift F4 will find the next occurrence of the same word. Now I want to find a word and replace it with some other word. So you can use Ctrl H. Ctrl H. Let us take the same word corporate. I want to find out the same word corporate. I want to replace it with some other character called as, for example, HO. Wherever the word corporate is available, I want to replace it with HO. So if you want to replace it once, you can click on replace. Wherever the corporate is available, you can see it has replaced with HO here. Or wherever multiple occurrences, wherever the word corporate is available, I want to replace it. So you can click on replace all. Finding and replacing all words. This is find and replace. And I want to go to a particular cell. Even you can go to a particular column and rows also. We will explore this option in our next session also. Let us use the shortcut key Ctrl G or F5. The shortcut key for go to. Ctrl G or F5. You can use any one of the key. As I told in the earlier session, whenever you find two buttons, one in the name of special and options, click it and explore it. You will be seeing so many advantages. Here also there is a button called a special where we can see so many options available. Once again, I will create a separate video for this. What are all the go-to features, specials available. Right? So now I want to go to a particular cell. So Ctrl G, you can type the cell references here. For example, I want to go to the cell number A1000. I am typing A1000 here and I say OK. So it goes to the cell number A1000. Simple. Same Ctrl G or F5, function F5. Suppose I want to go to the cell number A10. Type A10, OK or enter. You will go to the cell number A. So go to, you can go to a particular cell. Right? Now we are going to see a shortcut key which will be useful in 2 or 3 occurrences. For example, here in this table we have applied the filter, auto filter. Once again, I will create a separate video, all the options available in auto filter. Now I want to activate this menu in auto filter. So you can use the shortcut key Alt down arrow, or even you can use Alt up arrow also. Alt down arrow or Alt up arrow is the shortcut key for activating the drop down. Activating the drop down of auto filter. Right? Alt down arrow or Alt up arrow. I have applied validation for this table. Maybe I will go to the status column. I have applied validation where you can select yes or no. Either you can select or yes or you can select no using this validation. We have created a validation. A separate video will be available on validation also, which once again I will post it in the description later. So same key can be used for selecting the option in the validation. Alt down arrow or Alt up arrow. So this Alt down arrow and up arrow can be used for selecting the drop down in filter, and it can be used for the drop down in the combo box of validation also. Another one is, if we go to the same sheet on the bottom, suppose I want to enter a new data here. We are going to enter a new data. Maybe any one of this, either I want to enter furniture, office supplies or technologies. Instead of manually entering where we can make a spelling mistake or typo errors, I can use the same Alt down arrow. It will show you the unique values of that particular column. What are all the unique values available on the particular column? Very simply you can select it. This can be used in any column. Suppose I will go to the next column here and I can press same Alt down arrow or up arrow, you can see the unique values. And next column also same up arrow, Alt up arrow and down arrow, it shows the unique values. Right? So let us move on to the last shortcut key in this video. Let me go to the sheet number 2. Here I can see there are some list. I have a table I have a chart, I have a picture, I have an arrow mark. On the bottom there is one more chart, one more picture is available. I want to select this picture or select the chart. There may be so many charts, pictures available, I can select it. Or sometimes I want to hide this particular chart and I want to see some other things. So in Excel we have a specific feature available for this. Go to the Home tab. Under Home tab you can see Find and Select. Under Find and Select you can notice the last one available here called as Selection Pane. Right? Home tab. Under Home tab, Find and Select. On the Find and Select, you can see the Selection Pane is available here. Right? Or else even you can use the shortcut key to activate this Selection Pane. That is, the shortcut key is Alt F10. Alt F10. Function F10. You can press Alt F10. The Selection Pane is activated. As I told, the Selection Pane can be used for two purposes. One is just suppose I want to select this chart number 1. Just click on the chart number 1. Chart number 1 will be selected. Chart number 2 is selected. In graphics, this graphic is selected. On the bottom there is a picture. Click on the picture is selected. Similarly, this arrow mark is also selected. And this selection pane can be used not only for selecting, it can be used for hiding also. Suppose temporarily I want to hide this arrow mark. You can click on the arrow mark. You can click on the arrow mark and you can see right hand side there is an eye open or eye close symbol will be available. Now the eye is opened. So let me click on eye close. So the close, it will hide it. Once again click on eye open. So like this, whatever the things you want, hide and unhide. It will be very useful when you are creating multiple graphics, when you are using multiple options on your chart or on your sheets to hiding and unhiding a particular one. Or if you want to hide everything, there is a button hide all. Show all again. So this selection pane also has several options, and even you can give a meaningful name for this chart. For example, this is chart 1. If you have 2 or 3 charts, I don't know what is the purpose of the chart. So I want to give some meaningful name for this chart. So the selection pane can be used for it. If I click on this chart, one click, wait for a minute and wait for a second, another click, now you can rename the chart. This chart, assume this chart is my sales analysis. So like this, you can rename it. So the selection pane can be used for renaming your chart also. In this video, we have learned all the shortcut keys of navigating of worksheet. See you in the next video.